Oh, man. Sometimes I wonder what goes in the mind of the heads of these stands when they say certain things. And some of it, I think the reason why they say it because they realize there's no more arguments. They lost. But in the back of their mind also as well, they're trying to do a last desperate attempt to win an argument. Or also, what I'm starting to think is also happening with these guys, they also starting to troll. I think they realize they lost and now they just trying to troll. But also at the same time, when you troll, you gave me more content to speak about your trolling. But like I said, over the past, what has it been? Probably a month or so. Now, I just been seeing Kobe play on the super team, Jordan play on the super team. Bull crap, right? I've been seeing it a lot in the comment section. Just a couple of weeks ago, Anthony Edwards said probably one of the dumbest things he possibly can say. Hey, that was almost 4 weeks, almost a month ago now. Man, that was 3 weeks ago. Time is flying past. Said one of the dumbest things. Said no one with Jordan was really had skill. We just had all kinds of dumb stuff. Just anything to diminish the old school of the NBA. And these guys they just won't let up. They just won't give it up. They keep trying to put, for some weird reason, I don't know why, they keep trying to say the Bulls, mainly the last three-peat, was a super team. They keep trying to say, oh, Tony Kukoc is a Hall of Famer. Dennis Rodman was a Hall of Famer. I don't think got his name on it. Tongue twisted. I don't think Tony Kukoc nor Dennis Rodman were, I'm trying to figure out, because ain't it like 5 years or 4 years before you get in the Hall of Fame? And I think Tony Kukoc retired probably around 2004 or 5. So he didn't get into the Hall of Fame until the last couple of years now. So it wasn't like he was a first ballot Hall of Famer. And I think Dennis Rodman got in much later, I think. So Dennis Rodman and Tony Kukoc weren't really first ballot Hall of Famers. They weren't certified Hall of Famers. So this whole super team thing is, I don't even think they was. I think the definition of a super team, you got to have at least 2 to 3 top 10 players currently in the league on your team, and the Bulls really didn't have that. Maybe they had 2 with Scotty and Jordan, maybe, but it was some years. I think most of the last part of that three-peat, I don't think any of them. Maybe Scotty was the only one, but none of them, it wasn't like all 4 of them was in the All-Star games. At one point in time, I think the last season in Chicago, Jordan was the only All-Star. So this whole super team BS is even stupider. It's crazy. And I could say the same for Kobe's team, especially the last 2 championship teams. Ron Artest was an All-Star one time. That was 2004. Lamar Odom never touched the All-Star game. Andrew Bynum, I think he did get an All-Star, but I think that was later on. I think he might have. I don't remember. But it wasn't like Kobe, during those 2 last ones, the ones he actually led to the finals, was playing with a super team. He played with a bunch of people that know they role. Something that today's, I'm trying to say this correctly, today's teams really don't do too much because everybody wants the ball in their hand. But I think Tony Kukoc only got in the Hall of Fame because of his overseas career. His NBA career wasn't like his overseas career, so I don't know where they're getting this from. And let's say even if Michael Jordan had a super team, these guys, the stands continue to keep saying that the players today are better than the players from back then. So if LeBron has Anthony Davis at one point in time, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, all these players he has had in the last few years, why hasn't he surpassed Jordan in championships? If LeBron was so much better than Jordan and Kobe, another thing, he wouldn't need all these super teams. He was that talented. He was much better than Jordan and Kobe, surpassed them. Then he wouldn't need all these super teams. Now, would he? See, they make these stupid ass arguments, but there's always logic to bring to these arguments. They keep trying to put LeBron in this GOAT-like status, but it's like, if he was that good, why would he need all these super teams? Why would he need to continue to keep building super teams if he was that great? If he was so much better than everybody else? That's what I'm trying to figure out. See something right quick. We know why? Because he's not that much better. The man can't play off the ball. You got to play in the system. He can't shoot like that well. Playing that bully ball. He's not as skilled as those two. And I continue to keep repeating this. I repeat this to him blue in the face. He's not as skilled as those two players. And he's not as skilled as some other players that I haven't mentioned yet. His skill set is not that great. It really is not. It's just not. And he should have one more rings. He should have one more rings with all these rule changes. This man has been a recipient with all these rule changes to make the game easier for all of these new cats, including him. Well, he's not new, but including him, he should have won 12 championships. I know one thing, you put, like I said before, you put Jordan on. Shoot, you can put Jordan on that team now, but they get to the finals. A prime Jordan on today's Lakers, they will get to the finals. I guarantee you, because he'll put a foot up freaking Anthony Davis' ass. Tony Kukoc didn't get to the Hall of Fame. But mostly Tony Kukoc's achievements was done overseas. That's what his achievements were from. And he retired in 2006 for good. So it took him until, I'm trying to figure out the year he got into the Hall of Fame. It's not telling me that. Let's see here. He got into the Hall of Fame in 2021. So it wasn't like he was a first ballot Hall of Famer. Sorry to keep going back on that. They just, I don't know. And now, shout out to Two Raw for this one. And now we're starting to get trolling like this. Scotty Pippen had a higher peak than Kobe Bryant. So if that was the case, it's the most stupidest thing I ever heard. But if that's the case, let's entertain it. If that's the case, right? Wouldn't Scotty have won in '94? Wouldn't he have won it all in '94? Wouldn't he have never called for Jordan to come back? Because they had Tony Kukoc, Horace Grant on his team at that time. They should have went to the finals. In that case, if Scottie Pippen was so much greater than Kobe Bryant, and in the other stupid narrative, Scottie Pippen was better than Michael Jordan. In that case, Scottie should have been back-to-back finals without Jordan. And he is so much greater than Kobe and Jordan. But wouldn't that make him better than your boy LeBron? See, their logic don't make no sense. Their logic is stupid. It makes no sense. That's why I'm saying we're winning this thing. They have lost. The Lestans have lost. They had no more points or argument anymore. They have nothing. Because now they're starting to contradict themselves. And they keep trying to go back to, oh, Jordan didn't do nothing for his first couple of years. Neither did LeBron. Neither did LeBron. Oh, they had to change the rules up for Jordan. Well, you know what, buddies? If you guys did a little research, Jordan wasn't the only one complaining about the roughhousing that the Detroit Pistons was doing. They wasn't only doing it to him. And I'm sure enough, if you put LeBron in that era, he'll be crying. He'll ain't come back. He'll have retired. So I don't want to hear that. Jordan got lucky because of Jordan rules. What do you think LeBron is getting lucky with now? What do you think he's doing? You think they made the game harder for him with all these freaking 170 point scores, final scores, box scores, and all these dudes scoring 71 points every month, every week? Your logic is flawed, Lestans. You're easy to beat. But you know what? I'm actually getting tired of talking about this. I really am. I just can't wait for the season to begin so I can stop talking about it and start talking about some of the things going on in the season so I can really cook their king, because we all know this season coming up with JJ Redick and his Bronny James being on this team. We know how much of a clown show this is about to be. So I'm really can't wait for that season to start. So we really can talk about something, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm really starting getting tired of talking about this. It's so dumb. The only time Jordan played on super teams was the '92 Olympics, Dream Team, and if you want to count the multiple All-Stars he had, games he played in. That's the only time. 22 coach Dennis Rodman, and even to a point Scottie Pippen towards the end of the Bulls dynasty were all role models. It's like they don't research, they don't watch anything. They watch, for example, they watched the 98 NBA Finals Game 6. They realized Scottie Pippen was nowhere to be found. Even go back to the Game 6, I forgot what year it was, against the Pistons. When the Pistons beat them, Jordan was the only one going. No one else was nowhere to be found. Jordan had to put a battery in back of some of these guys. Had to be a true leader. That's why I say LeBron couldn't, with the help of Scottie Pippen, he couldn't be able to do anything with Scottie Pippen as his teammate. He's not a leader. It's getting ridiculous. But, like I said, as much as ridiculous, I can't even say that. It's getting so ridiculous now that I realize we have won. We have won the battle with these guys. But it's because they can't come up with anything. Their logic is flawed. They're getting beat at every corner of their arguments when it comes to any discussion. This whole Jordan playing on super teams, this whole who's the GOAT, which is actually really starting to get on my nerves now. That's defeated. They lost that. They losing everything. The longevity argument, they lost that. That can be easily debunked in so many different ways. You have someone that sits there and what's the word I'm looking for? He sits there and pad his stats to break records. Technology, shoe technology is different. He don't play defense, so that helps. All those things I just named helps him be in the league longer. And also being on the super teams helps him as well, because they can hide his deficiencies. So the longevity thing, that's squashed. Every argument they trying to come up with is destroyed. They can't do anything else. So now, like I said before, they're resorting to saying dumb stuff like Scotty Pippen was better than Kobe Bryant or had a higher peak than Kobe Bryant. It's kaput for them. They're done. Finito in the sun for them. But anyways, I know some of these stands going to try to bring up some stupid ass numbers up. All kinds of stuff. They act like Dennis Rodman was an all-star every year. Everybody played a role and they played it efficiently and great. I knew a couple of years ago where we was going when it comes to basketball debating. When I heard, I forgot who it was. I want to say it was Steven Jackson, aka CB4, Cap and Jack, or was it Kendrick Mouth Breathing Perkins? One of those two said the Milwaukee Bucks is a super team. So I don't know what qualifies as a super team anymore. I thought you had to have multiple superstars, but no one counts Chris Middleton as a superstar. No one counts Drew Holiday as a superstar. Nobody counted Brook Lopez as a superstar. That's why I don't realize debates, sports talk, basketball talk, at least basketball talk, it's going downhill. Because we all know damn well the Milwaukee Bucks that won the finals in 2021 was not a super team at all. But anyways,